Welcome to MCCT, Microcrawler Capability Test. That's where we test and compare the driving performance and capability of micro trucks and microcrawlers from 1 to 18th to 1 to 24th scale. Trucks in stock condition as well as highly modified and upgraded ones. The trucks have to pass through 10 different tests. We'll get either points for their results or their performance will be graded. And the final scores will reveal the most capable microcrawlers. We check their climbing ability, descent performance, their tilt angle, their performance in overcoming easy and difficult obstacles, and their low speed modulation and low speed driving performance. Check the description for details of tests, scores, and mode of grading. Now let's start and present this episode's test trucks. In MCCT episode 7 we will test the Capo Racing Capo CUB1 1 to 18th Defender. The Capo CUB1 has a wheelbase of 160 mm. It has a full metal chassis and a metal body, 2 driver figures, custom interior in the rear, a light controller, 13 LEDs, and therefore a super heavy weight of 981 grams. That's more than 4 times, nearly 4.5 times the weight of the old SCX 24s and nearly twice as heavy as the heaviest trucks tested so far. It runs on tires with 52 by 18 mm, a 3S LiPo with 900 mAh, an AS12 6RW ESC by Modellbauregler DE, and on a 900 RPM 050 size gear motor. It has a 2-speed transmission, and in gear 1 diffs are locked and in gear 2 diffs are unlocked. And now let's check how the Capo CUB1 can climb. Test 1. Climb on a rough surface. 45 degrees, no problem. 50 degrees, 51 degrees, 52 degrees, the Capo CUB1 is struggling. And 53 degrees on a rough surface. That's finally too much for the Capo CUB1. 52 degrees, 7 points for this in test 1. Climb on a rough surface. And now let's compare it to all 18 trucks tested so far, and we see the CUB1 is on 5th place with 52 degrees. And now let's go to test 2. Climb on a smooth surface. 45 degrees, no problem at all. 50 degrees, still not a problem. 51 degrees, not a big problem, but at 52 degrees it's already struggling. And 53 degrees, that's finally too much for the Capo CUB1. 7 points on test 2. Climb on a smooth surface with 52 degrees. And that's a good result. 4th place so far, 18 trucks have been tested. And now let's check how the Capo CUB1 can go down, stop, and go up in reverse again. 45 degrees. Not a problem at all for the Capo CUB1. 49 degrees, quite steep. Stop and go up in reverse, not a big problem. 51 degrees, that's already really steep. But struggling, but can do it. And 52 degrees. Going down, stop and go up again. It can do it. But 53 degrees. Super steep. That's finally too steep for the Capo CUB1. 52 degrees and 3.5 points in test 3. for the Capo CUB1. And that's a good result. We see again the Capo CUB1 is on 4th place of 18 trucks tested so far. And now let's check the tilt angle of the 1/18th metal Defender. To the left side. Only 38.1 degrees. Only 35.8 degrees. So those are no good results. Tests 4 and 5, tilt angle to the left and to the right. Only 3.05 points to the left side. And only 1.9 points for 35.8 degrees to the right side. So those are super poor results. Only the FMS Toyota Hilux showed even worse results in those tests so far of all 18 trucks tested. Test number 6, the flat side of the hill of branches. No problem for the Capo CUB1. 2 out of 2 points in test 6. Test number 7, the steep side of the hill of branches. And the Capo CUB1 is struggling a lot. It's finally not able to climb the steep side of the hill of branches, and probably because of its too long wheelbase. So unfortunately for the Capo CUB1, 0 points in test 7. Test number 8, the flat side of the hill of pebblestone. No problem at all for the Capo CUB1. 2 out of 2 points in test number 8. Test number 9. The steep side of the hill of pebblestone. Super difficult obstacle. And the Capo CUB1 is really struggling hard. Nearly. It tries a lot and tries and finally, it's able to do this super difficult obstacle. 1 point out of 10 for this, but it could do it. And the last test, test number 10, low speed performance and modulation. The Capo CUB1 is running on a AS12-6RW ESC, which has a super nice low speed performance and modulation. Awesome, but it lacks power because of its tiny 050 motor. This truck is super heavy. With a larger motor it would perform much better. On second gear it's quite fast and also nice modulation. And on first gear it has super nice modulation, but when climbing the step it's simply lacking power. This 050 motor is too weak for this heavy truck. So even if it can modulate awesome and has super nice low speed performance with the AS12-6RW, it only gets 3 points out of 5 here because the motor is simply too weak. And here's the final score of MCCT 7, the Capo CUB1. All 10 tests and points gained in those tests. The Capo CUB1 has a total of 30.45 points and quite good results. It only failed in one test, test number 7, the steep side of the hill of branches, and it even could do test test number 9, the steep side of the hill of pebble stones. And those 30.5 points of the Capo CUB1 with only one test failed bring it to place 7 out of 18 trucks tested so far. So really quite good results for such a heavy truck. The weakest point of the Capo CUB1 for sure is its tiny 050 motor in a truck with nearly 1 kilogram. A larger and more powerful motor would highly improve the performance of the Capo CUB1, the 1 to 18th full metal Defender. That's it for MCCT 7 microcrawler capability tests. Watch out for MCCT 8. There are still a lot of trucks to be tested. MCCT will be back.